Good afternoon. Today's Thursday and welcome to Summer's Way of Life. I'm in the kitchen today and I want to show you what I'm doing because I think you'll find it interesting. So let me switch this around. Right, first up, look at, this is about 2.5 kilos worth, and I have got these big chunks of mutton, and they're from the, what do you call it? Big pieces for Nihari from the leg, the back of the leg, the shin. I think of, yeah, it is the shin. So it's kind of the leg shin area. And you can see this bit here, look, which works really well for slow cooking. And Nihari is a North Indian stew. It's kind of a Mughal stew. Find some of the best Nihari in Delhi. It's a very Mughal Empire kind of dish and lots of beautiful spices and slow cooked. I also, let me turn this around, asked the butcher to put some extra bits of bones. Now, normally you would find that bones are free, but now you've got to pay for them. Not so much just yet, but they've got bone marrow in. See the bone marrow in here? Very nutritious when cooked on slow. So I've got that prepared, all defrosted, and then along here I've got these spices. Now here the spices are ground and put together, but I've separated some to show you, and it's kind of like curry spices but with some extras. For example, there's fennel powder here, which is roasted fennel and ground. And then over here, I've got, what do you call it? Garlic powder, dried garlic. Dried works well with this kind of potent flavour. You've got roasted cumin, black pepper. I'm going to put chilli in afterwards, cloves and mace. Now mace, let me just, got meaty hands, but mace looks like this. Nutmeg, it's from the same tree that you get nutmeg, and this covers the nutmeg, it's the skin. It's got a particularly beautiful fragrance, and that fragrance, I've grated it. You can see here there's some more grated mace here. Now in culture in Urdu, you call it jaifal javetri, nutmeg and mace, which you put into some of these extraordinary rich Mughal dishes, which this is one of. And I've kind of forgotten the name of this, which is really silly, but it's a start anise. That's right. It's got that kind of aniseed flavour. So chili as well, but it's got a lot of spice. It's meant to have, and kind of often you start sweating when you're eating it. It's not a vindaloo. It's not heat spice. It can be, but I'm not going to put that much chili spice in because it doesn't work for some members of my family, although I love it. And then it's cooked. So I'm going to first of all dry fry. Well, actually, it's not dry fry. It's with a bit of ghee. These to seal it off, and then I'm going to add the spices and the water. The other thing I'm cooking, I've just got a sign that my battery's dying on here. The other thing I'm cooking for now is. Now, khichdi means different things to different people, but from where my parents are from in North India, we grew up with understanding that khichdi is used when one is not feeling well. And it's one lentil. You don't mix a whole heap of them. It's one lentil, either the white lentil urad dal or this yellow one, which is called moong. And very few spices. Remember, the idea when you're unwell in Indian healing tradition is that you don't have too much going on in the gut. You want to heal the gut. You want to silence the gut and the digestive system. So if you're hungry, you want to eat something, then khichdi, which is made with moong dal, you just fry a tiny little bit of onion, black pepper, cloves, maybe some cumin seeds, which aids digestion. You cook the soaked dal, which was soaking all last night, so you get the phytins out, wash it properly, and then you will add, once that's almost cooked, I will then add rice to it, aged basmati rice. At that point, I'll add the salt in the water while the rice is cooking, and it's done. And it's traditionally eaten just like that with some added ghee on top if you want it. Ghee, homemade, extremely healing for the gut lining. It's used in so many medicines, Ayurvedic medicines, which I'm studying at the moment on my naturopathy course. And of course, there's a lot I've learned through my own family history and self-education. So I'm making that. I'll pop a picture of that on Instagram in the stories later for you, or I might do a quick short on here if I have a chance. Now the other two things I'm going to make, because with this beautiful Nihari dish, which I'm going to start shortly, and it will be eaten tomorrow, I always cook it the day before so that all the spices and flavours are infused into the meat and into the gravy, the salan, the shorba we call it. But I'm also going to make some naan myself, tawa naan. So this is the beautiful naan bread made. It is made with white bread flour. I mean, I can add a little bit of wholemeal, but my family like it white, so that's what I'm going to do. Not a lot of nutritional integrity in there, but hey ho, the rest of it's good. And then rather than putting it into a tandoor, you can create the same effect using it on the hot plate, which you see here. There's nothing in here. This is going to be the saucepan for the Nihari, but that's the tawa, the hot plate, which I'll use to cook the naan. And I'm also just going to bake some bread. It's a good chance to bake some bread. We've run out, and I just make my own simple bread. Sometimes white, sometimes generally I like to mix wholemeal into it. And it's just very straightforward. So it's a cooking day today. I will put pics up on Instagram on the stories. It's the easiest way for me to do that. So do go and have a look. And I'll share other bits and pieces with you. Oh, one more thing, very quick. To the garden centre today to get garlic. I couldn't find the Solent White I normally like, but this is Rhapsody White. It's a soft neck, and I'm going to plant these on the next biodynamic root day, which is tomorrow and Saturday, because it's a root vegetable, right? So there are lots of YouTube videos showing you how to plant garlic, and I'm going to do that tomorrow. And normally, see these onion sets here? I usually grow my onion from seeds, and I'm going to do that anyway next year. But I thought, why not put some of these sets in? These are where the baby onions are kind of prepared, and they'll give you an early crop, earlier than growing from seed in spring. So I'm going to do that too. So this will all be done over the next 2 days in the garden. Busy, lots of things I want to talk to you about, especially regarding healing and a lot of the symptoms that people are getting, you know, the long COVID symptoms people are getting, and how you can use natural ways to heal that they don't ordinarily tell you in well, they don't tell you at all in mainstream medicine, but they work. I've used them, and I'll share what I do, and then you can do your own research and try it if you want. Have a wonderful afternoon. It's dark and dreary here, but you know, you've got to get on with things, and you've got to keep up your spirits. So get in the kitchen, study, go and visit, go for long walks, which I did this morning, and go to the garden centre to get some inspiration. But do get out into nature if you can, and always start your day off going for a long walk in nature, because it just sets you up for the day. It gets your blood moving, gets you inspired. I'm always talking about this. Start the day early, sleep early, wake up early. Have a lovely afternoon.